think keeps marriage strong?
Communication and commitment. I know these are generic terms, but it's choosing. I've been married twice. So this is my second husband and hopefully my last. Although I will say I'm not afraid of marriage, so I'll do it again and again. But I'm committed to making this relationship work. I'm committed to choosing him every single day. I'm committed to making every single, conflict a point of growth for us and not a point of saying, the first thought I have is I'm leaving, I'm gone. So I think commitment is actually what makes marriage work. Marriage is not easy for anyone. Trust me, I've left one. So it's not easy.
All right, so amazing people. We are still at the Mommy Club reality show premiere, and right here with me is one of the reality show stars who is a cast member. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Please introduce yourself. I know I've been trying to pronounce your name, so please teach us how to pronounce your name.
All right, I'm going to say it slowly so you get it. Ofentse. Ofentse. That's right.
Okay.
That's me.
What's the meaning of your name?
It means Christ has conquered.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I love my name.
How has it impacted your life?
I think it just helps me walk through victorious, through everything that I do. I push through, I'm resilient, and I get everything that I want, I think.
All right, you look gorgeous. Machi, I see that. Please introduce yourself to the Kenyan audience that might want to know who is this gorgeous girl.
All right, so I'm Ofentse, and I'm a life coach, a psychologist, a mom of two, a wife, and an entrepreneur as well. And I'm just really passionate about telling my story because one of the core things that I believe is that stories heal. And I really hope that through seeing my story in the Mommy Club, it can heal somebody out there. Yeah.
Now, from your accent, we can tell that you're from South Africa. How did you get yourself into the Kenyan scene and now into a reality show?
Imagine that. Girl, I'm just going to say what any old Kenyan would say. Ni God tu. Ni God tu. Sijui. How did I get here? I mean, girl, I just answered a corporate call. I came here for a corporate job in 2021.
Okay.
And then I left the job in 2022 because I wanted to focus on being a mom. And through my motherhood journey, sharing it online, being a coach, I think this is what gained a little bit of visibility to the right people because it's not like I even have a platform. But like, ni God too.
Now the vibes, because clearly I can tell from the first episode, ni vibes.
Ni vibes. What can I say? I'm a little embarrassed, but not so much because I speak the truth. I say it as it is, yeah.
As a life coach, how was it being in a reality show? Because, I mean, we know reality shows with dramas and all that. And then again, a life coach, we know them, to be very, how was it?
I think I'm a life coach, but I'm not your typical life coach. So I live for the drama. That's my vibe.
Okay.
And so, but I also know how to manage my emotions around the drama, and I know how to manage people's emotions around drama. And so I think I was a perfect fit. Like I was meant to be there to help, calm things down when they got a little too much, and also just to bring a little bit of energy. Yeah.
Now, talking about drama, energy, I'm sure there was some of it into the reality show. I want to know, is there any cast that you really didn't get along up until the end? And why?
Okay, yeah, I mean, look, I as you saw today, I get along with everybody that was here. So the cast member that I don't get along with, it's so much. Like,
So much.
not so much as in like, I don't get along with her because our relationship just never developed, and it's carré. Like our relationship just never blossomed. It never became what it could have become. And I really have questions as to why. I would love to find out. I'll find out at the reunion, I'm sure.
As a life coach, is there something that you identified that probably would have led you guys not getting close?
I think
Ask the expert.
it's personalities. Look, not everybody's supposed to like you. Like, that's not life. You're not money. No, not everybody. In fact, not everybody loves money anyways. So it's just one of those cases of like, she doesn't like me, and that's okay. Let's just be just be okay with the fact that she doesn't like me. Yeah.
And is there someone that you started off quite shaky and then you became close towards the end?
Yes, Piera. I judged Piera in the first episode. I'm not gonna lie. I love you, my friend. I do. But I judged you so hard for that high tea situation. But like with time, we built a relationship. We got to know one another, and I genuinely like her. Yeah.
I know you're a mom of two, and you are in the social media space. What are some of the values that you want to instill in your children, and at the same time create this boundary of putting them on social media?
Hey, this one is a very tough one, especially as a parent, because the privacy is such an important topic on how do we keep their information secure. And my husband and I spoke about this. I think because they're still young and low-key unidentifiable, as in they're not going to be able to be seen, like you won't be able to recognize that this is her 10 years from now. This is how we made the decision. And then also being intentional about telling stories that they won't be embarrassed about in the future. If their friends see it on TV, they're not going to be like, oh, your mom showed, your booty on TV or whatever, So we're very careful about the type of information that we share about them. It's always uplifting, it's always light, it's airy, it's beautiful, and it tells a light side of their story. Every human being has got a black and a white side. And so we just try to focus on the positive side of their stories as well, to try and mitigate all of that, because ultimately we have cameras everywhere. We can't hide. We just can't hide. Yeah.
Now, you growing up, is there any way or a practice or a way that you are being brought up that you feel like some of those things you will not really borrow to bring up your children? What is that one thing?
Okay, I was thinking you're going the opposite way. I thought you were saying, what is one thing my mom? Yeah.
I want to know what you're not going to pick in the past.
Yes. I think probably it would be invalidating my children's feelings. I want them to know that their feelings are valid. As children, we were validated to some extent, but there were most times where you're crying, you're sad, you're feeling some type of way about something, and then you're told, shut up. I'll give you something to cry about. And so I don't want my kids to ever know that sentence, live that sentence, be around that sentence, and just be able to feel their feelings. As a life coach, this is very important for me, because this is the work that I do. I teach people every day how to feel their feelings. So I would be remiss if I don't teach my kids that. Yeah.
They say spare the rod, spoil the child. Do you agree with that?
I do not engage in violence against children, because that's violence. No, let's be real. I don't think any child deserves to be hit. I think every behavior has a reason why it happens, and we need to be patient enough to find out what is the reason and resolve the root cause, and not just cause pain and abuse on children, because it really is. It's violence. I know a lot of parents wouldn't agree with me, especially in an African context, but I will stand by my word and say I do not engage in violence against children. Yeah.
Okay. So is there any influencer in this country that you watch their content and probably just follow them? You probably want to collaborate with them in the near future, and not the ones you are with in the show?
Yes, I do. I mean, okay, I haven't collaborated with her yet, because there's the other one I was going to say, Just Maggie, but I've already collaborated with her. Yvonne Kanye, love her, boss babe, killing it, doing the damn thing in the motherhood streets and the business streets. Would love to have something with Yvonne one day. Yeah.
What do you think keeps marriage strong?
Communication and commitment. I know these are generic terms, but it's choosing. I've been married twice. So this is my second husband, and hopefully my last. Although I will say I'm not afraid of marriage, so I'll do it again and again. But I'm committed to making this relationship work. I'm committed to choosing him every single day. I'm committed to making every single, conflict a point of growth for us, and not a point of saying, the first thought I have is I'm leaving, I'm gone. So I think commitment is actually what makes marriage work. Marriage is not easy for anyone. Trust me, I've left one. So it's not easy. And like, there's no one with a perfect marriage, no matter how amazing the person is. and my husband's an amazing person, but our marriage is not perfect, and we are just committed to growing together. That's it. Yeah.
Now, they say marriage has to work when two people come together, yeah? But what is the hardest thing about marriage? And especially because you went from one marriage and went back. Some people really never go back to marriage when they leave. So it took a lot of courage, I assume. But why is that? Why did you feel the confidence to actually go back to get married?
I think because I was still young and naive. You see, the hardest thing about marriage is that it shows you who you really are. It is a mirror. It is the biggest mirror you will ever have. And it will show you, I don't know if we're allowed to say this on your channel, but it will show you your bums. It will show you everything. And I think that's the hardest part. Nobody wants to face themselves. But if you're willing and you understand that this is actually the mechanism of marriage, it's supposed to mirror back to you what you need to work on, your triggers, the things that you find hard, the things that you were trying to solve with this man that you didn't resolve with your father. Like those types of things, that's when you actually can thrive in marriage, because you realize what the purpose of marriage is. It's not for roses and staycations and cutesy things. I mean, of course, that stuff can happen, but it's bonus. It really is to show you where your growth points are. Other relationships try, but we can separate and distance ourselves from those people very easily. With marriage, you're confronted with this person on a daily basis, and you have to face your demons. Yeah.
Let's talk about finances, especially when it comes to marriage, because that's a key factor. How do you choose to go when it comes to finances? Do you choose to be a helper? Do you choose 50-50? Do you choose to be taken care of? How do you go about this?
Girl, miss me with that 50-50 stuff. Miss me. I believe in a provider husband. I'm in my feminine. I mean, it's not like I don't do anything. I do stuff with my money. But I think, personally, what has worked for me in this marriage is being in a provider situation. The previous one, I was doing 50-50, girl. It burnt me. It burned me in the booty. I'm not doing that again.
What happens if your husband probably, God forbid, finances go low?
Look, we've been in that position before where I was the only one employed and he was unemployed. I'm more than happy to step in that place. But he mustn't get comfortable. It's not a place to relax. This is the place to hustle. And he did, and he figured himself out, and that's what I advocate for. I think when women are in their masculine and like being boss babe, making the money, running the things, it really hurts the dynamic of the marriage. It makes it hard to do the biblical thing of like, submit to your husband, and then he'll love you. It makes it really hard. I will say I struggle personally. I don't know about the other girlies, maybe they don't, but I do. I struggle with submitting when I'm also taking my pocketbook out and being like, oh, this is what I'm bringing to the table.
All right. As I let you go, I would love to have a quick fire questions. I want you to describe each of the cast in probably 2 words, as per your experience with them. Let's go. Jackie Matubia.
Bold and fun.
Lynn Jehia.
Oh, she's so sweet and kind.
Pera McKenna.
Ooh, this one is feisty and very, very, very big heart.
To your frenemy, Kare Priscilla.
My frenemy. She's a boss babe. Like she's ambitious and focused. Like strategic. Maybe let's say that. Ambitious and strategic. I know that about her. Yeah.
All right, so please speak to your fans, speak to the fans of the show, let them know why they should watch the Mommy Club.
Okay, first of all, I have fans. What? Hi. Yeah, I mean, now I do. So hi, everybody that relates to my story, everybody that is, seeing me and seeing yourself in me. I just really want this to be a healing moment, this to be a wholesome season for you. I really just want you to have this be the mirror that I've been talking about, to reflect back to you on the things that you need to work on yourself and the things that you want to grow on. All I want is for your transformation. All I want is for you to be happy and enjoy your life and build a life that you want. Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations on being a reality star. And we can't wait to see what you guys have done there.
Man, I'm actually very excited for what you guys are about to see because it really was a unique type of a reality show. I don't think we have anything like this out there because a lot of it is like full of the drama and the nail scratching, whatever. We have maybe that a little bit, but most of all, it really is a wholesome, beautiful growth of a sisterhood.
Amazing.
Yeah,
We can't wait to see that.
me too.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, that is it from the Mummy Club premiere right here at the Westlands, or rather, So we've had a good time. Thank you so much for watching. My good name is Miss Kithinchi. Until next time, it's goodbye from us.
SPM Buzz.